how did you go about starting design, inspiration, or conceptualizing the whole space for our lovely homeowners?
Actually, Vinitha came in with some ideas in mind, and during the progress, we went to their house for discussion. So we actually see a lot of these heritage furnitures, everything that they have. And after looking at the site itself, and we come up with modern design, very simple, because we really want to implement all these furniture that they have. And what are the things that we can implement here that we didn't really do any entries? We can only play with like the feature wall. So another thing is that false ceiling itself is very straightforward. And false ceiling actually creates a lot of depth on the ceiling. Actually will makes the height even smaller. So in this case, Vinitha actually told us that there is one product that she really want to go for, which is HAGA lighting. This like HAGA lighting over here. HAGA lighting itself, even you don't have to do any Cove fitting, and it's just very straightforward, very clean and nice. I even actually recommend some of the
Thank you so much. You have actually managed, or together with the client, as what she shared with me, is how you use lighting to draw the attention of people to the whole space rather than on the floor. Right, so that's what she shared with me earlier, like in the previous session. I was literally blown away because this is something we do as a lighting consultant for developers on a regular basis, right? Because it's about ambience, aesthetic, everything, but it's about that space rather than
HAGA is especially good if there's a very big, even for small space, just having a HAGA strip will be actually good. Look at the
I saw, right, and I was like,
And even for the bigger space like this one over here, two areas, the dining and the living. Just look at this part over here. You can see that it's covered. It will actually brighten up the whole space and then create some kind of like a.
So for HAGA itself, it's probably the first time. Any challenges you face?
Challenges are some of the technical things that is required from HAGA, like 3-core wirings. Usually we are always going for 2-core like LED and such. So this is also something that I learned using HAGA. So the next project that I did, I actually requested my electrician to go for 3-core.
Just put 3 wires.
Put 3 wires.
If they do RGB, then you need to put 5 wires. So
Yes.
it really depends on the light strip that's being used rather than the light fitting.
I also heard that there are also other products similar, but what they do is that their product is all from China, if I'm not wrong, and they don't cover for this kind of warranties and whatnot.
The walls are empty, press lane, so usually we always like to have a huge feature in the living that stands out. It's the first thing that you come in that you see. It's always the first impression that counts as for the house.
We just visited the house before renovations. There are a lot of partitions and all our walls. So the only features that we actually keep is this arch over here. So Vinitha actually requested for the arch to be retained, which also fits well together.
For all the features.
Yes. And this feature wall actually is to serve as a background for the whole, to set up a background for the whole areas over here. And likewise, like those areas that are more empty, we can have a kind of feature wall over there, a feature fitting over there, and over there is the brick wall. Actually, this is the existing feature. So we actually, Vinitha actually requested to plaster up without all this thing, but we feel that if we have a feature over here and a simple feature over there, but serve as just a little bit of depth, like just no colors, just brick-like kind of wall. It actually contrasts as well.
Actually it's really very nice.
Because of the floorings also, because the floorings are actually quite busy looking, so in order to make it look nice, we try not to have too much feature around the house, because once our attention is only like, when you come in, we always want to have a focus point, which is this area over here. So the rest of the wall, if you fill up with the whole wall with a lot of things, right, you will look very busy. That's the whole concept.
I think, like I said earlier, this is our second project with us. The previous house we did. My experience from the previous houses, I know that Vinitha's into all this interior design. That's where she can spend hours together.
Five star project manager.
Whenever we go to any house, she spends more time looking at what is done, how it is done. That's her interest. Yeah. And for the previous house, when Tim did it for us, they used to sit together for us together and discuss design.
Wow.
I knew that the frequency is matching. He is able to convey his ideas. She is able to convey, and together what comes out is best. So that's something I knew. And like you said, I'm also in the same category where I can appreciate the end product.
Yeah.
But until then, forget this thing. I can't even visualize.
Yeah.
So the best thing that I could do was leave it to those two.
For me,
And then maybe something more to add is that was the previous house. The new addition to this house is Clyde. And that's something I have to highlight because I'm somebody who's normally on top of things. Okay, if something has to be done at some time, I plan, I remind, but he's maybe 10-20 times more than it's very different,
I'm very OCD.
Customers asking, I want this done. It was the other way. Okay. They committed that they will do it in 5-6 weeks. And they said, if you want this to be done in 4 or 5 weeks.
when it comes to the design, when I tell something, they both say, no, this is not good, or this is not correct, it will not match, he used to have me, this is not good. But when I suggested HAGA, neither of them said anything.
Oh,
I was like, okay, that's good. That's good, I'm on the right line. So things like that, he had put his foot down saying no to many things, but HAGA is one thing he didn't say no to. So I'm happy.
For this project.